If you are warming up the same way every day, if you're practicing your scales and your chords the same way every day, you're actually wasting your time. I'll tell you why. You are getting into habits that don't allow you to expand past whatever level you are in now. The best way to warm up or to practice exercises is to do different ones all the time. That's how you keep your mind constantly growing and flexible. And you need flexible thinking to play music. There is not just one way to think. All right, because I'm your best piano playing friend, I created a very simple exercise that actually tackles a whole bunch of things at the same time. Are you ready for an exercise that works out your left hand, works on your hand coordination, helps you to practice your chords and inversions, and teaches you usable music theory?
Yes.
Let's get started. We're going to use my good friend, the circle of fifths, to talk about this exercise. We're taking a slice of the circle of fifths pie. I'm going to do this starting with C because there are no black keys to start with, and I notice that people kind of freak out when I start with black keys, and that's all they can think about. So the way we're going to use the circle of fifths, we start on C, then we go clockwise to the next letter. That's G. Now I want to move to the other side of C on the counterclockwise side, but I don't want to have to jump anywhere. So I go to A, which is the relative minor of C, and then I walk myself to F. So basically we're just making kind of a triangle. C, G, A minor, F. All right, so let's talk about those chords. C major, C, E, G. This is not teaching you about chords. I have other videos that teach you about chords and the circle of fifths linked below. So if already you're like, I don't know what a chord is, go ahead and watch this video, but know that you need to have some knowledge first. Okay, C major. Next, we said we're going to go clockwise, G major. Now, we're going to walk ourselves back by way of A minor, which is the relative minor of C. I'm not going to explain that here. Okay, and then we go to the other side of C major, which is F. So C major, G major, A minor, F major. Okay, so notice that we're kind of jumping around. There's nothing wrong with that, but there is a thing called good voice leading. I have another video about that, which I'll link below. But basically, it's voice leading, good voice leading, is when you go from one chord to another with as few moves as possible. Here's what I mean. Here's C major, C, E, G. If I want to go to G major, the notes being G, B, D, I could jump up here, or I could say, all right, where's the closest G, B, and D to where I am? Well, I'm already playing the G. That's pretty darn close, right? G. All right. Is there a B nearby? Yeah, right here. Is there a D nearby? Yeah, right here. So going from here to here already sounds much better or more professional, right, than this. Okay? Am I saying you can never do this? No. Please don't misquote me. I'm saying when you're using good voice leading, it looks like this. Okay. Well, what about our next chord? A minor. A, C, E. Well, there are no A's or C's or E's in the notes that I'm playing. However, here's an A, here's a C, and here's an E. Okay. Good. And our next chord, F, A, C. All right, well, here's an A. I'm already playing it. Here's a C. I'm already playing it. All I have to do is move my fifth finger or whatever finger you're using to F. So now my chord progression looks like this. A chord progression is a series of chords in a row. C major, G major, A minor, F major. That's not the only way you can do good voice leading here, but I'm going to leave it at that for now. Fingering, whatever fingering works for you. But make sure that it doesn't do weird things to your hand. For example, don't do this. All right, that's not how we play piano, right? You could do this if you want, that's fine, but this, no. You could do this, that doesn't feel so good. You could do this, that feels really good. You know, whatever feels fine for you, this doesn't feel so good, okay? And when I say doesn't feel so good, meaning like I have to really think about moving my fingers there, okay? So here, all right, G chord, well, that makes sense here. A minor, I could do 1, 2, 4, and then F major. Okay, so make sure that you are pausing wherever you need to and writing down notes for yourself. This is how you're gonna learn. If you just watch the video all the way through, trying to go at the same speed that I'm going, you're not gonna get it, and you're gonna leave me a comment saying this is too hard. Okay, so I'm teaching you something that has taken me a lifetime to learn. Don't expect that you're going to get it in one watch of a video, okay? Take notes, go back, and all that stuff. So that's the right hand. We've already talked about chords, how to, what the chords are. We've talked about the circle of fifths, and we've talked about fingering and how to move it with good voice leading. And all we've done is play 4 chords. Come on. All right, now what about that left hand? Okay, the left hand is going to also follow the same outline. C, G, A, F. But that's not much of a workout. So here's what we're gonna do. I'll show it to you in C first. I think of a C major chord. We're using chords again. And instead of playing all the notes at once, I'm going to play one note at a time. But I'm going to make it a little fancier. Because why not? We want to be cool. Instead of just playing the chord like that, I'm going to add the note that's in between the first note and I'm going like this so you can see I don't normally play like that. So in this case, I did C, E, G. I'm going to add the D in between and it's going to sound like this. Ooh, probably like every 50s song. I've got sunshine or whatever, right? So that's a very common bass pattern. So we're gonna think of a C major chord, C, E, G, but we're gonna add the note that's right in between C and E. Okay, what are we also doing? We're working on the worst finger. Just kidding. The way your body's made, fourth finger doesn't like to do a lot, okay? But in piano, we need that fourth finger, so we have to work it out. The way to work it out isn't to do weird exercises like that. It's just to actually play with that finger in context, which is what we're doing here. So here we go. We're gonna hold that for a while, and then we're going to step it up. Okay, what's our next chord? G. I'm going to pick up my hand. I'm going to play the G. Are you seeing where this is going? Thinking of the G major chord, and I'm going to add the note that's right in between the first note and the B. Okay, so looks like this. Ooh, pretty cool. Let's put those together, starting with C. Are you ready? Here we go. Moving up. Now pick up your hand and immediately switch fingers. Wow, so what are we doing here? We're learning how to switch hand position pretty quickly. Notice I'm not doing this. Don't do this. I'm not trying to catch it. I'm just literally picking up my arm and I'm just moving like that. Moving. Think of the forearm like it's directing where the fingers are going. So do not do this. It's not that. You're not learning much. Okay, let's get full value from this exercise. So as you play this, you're going to think of lifting your forearm and moving it to the right, and your hand follows. And you fall into it. Okay, what's our next chord? A minor. Well, we already know the pattern. Here's A minor, A, C, E, okay? So what's the note that's in between the first 2 notes of the chord? It's B. Let's do it, okay? So here we go. A, step it up. Okay, let's take it from the beginning. C. Here we go. Play C. Step it up. Immediately lift your forearm and move it to the right and fall into that same G with your pinky. Now let's step it up. Pick it up and move. Now this time we're just moving a tiny bit, but we're still moving. We're still picking up. Okay, that means we've got one left. F. It's the same pattern. So now I'm going to find my F down here. I don't want to go up there. It's too high. I'm going to go down here. F major chord. It's there. I'm going to add the note in between the first two notes of the chord. Okay, let's do it. Let's step up. Easy. Let's do the whole thing and then we're going to move on. And you will probably need to pause and practice. In fact, I can almost guarantee it. Okay? So, do the work. I'm doing the work. I'm teaching you. You can't just sit and try to absorb it. Okay? Why do I say that? Because I get emails all the time. All right? So let's go from C. Ready? Here we go. Step it up. Now, pick up and move your arm. G. Step it up. Pick up and move to A. Step it up. Pick up and move to the left this time to F. That's your left hand. Okay, in the next section, we're going to put the hands together for that hand coordination stuff. And it's going to sound so good. I'll see you there. Okay, you remember what we did with the right hand? We did C major, G major, A minor, F major. So what we're going to do here is we're going to play every chord 3 times like this. 1, 2, 3, and then we wait. Then the next one. 1, 2, 3, and we wait. Now A minor. 1, 2, 3, we wait. And then F major. Okay, so that's, you might need to practice that, but it's quite simple. All right. Putting the hands together, you're going to play the first thing both at the same time. I say thing because the right hand's playing a chord, left hand's playing a single note. They happen at the same time. So we play together. Now the right hand's going to play 2 more chords while the left hand just hangs out. 2, 3. Now while the right hand hangs out, the left hand's going to do that step up. Okay, so they're only literally playing at the same time on the very first beat. Everything else, they're taking turns. Let's do that one more time. Ready? Here we go. Play. Right hand. 1, 2, 3. Left hand. Listen to the rhythmic pattern. Listen. Okay, so you notice these stepping up notes. You notice the stepping up notes are quite a bit faster than the chords. They're not the same speed. Listen one more time. Slow, 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 fast, fast, fast. That's the one on C. Practice that as many times as you need to. We're going to do the one on G right now. Same exact pattern of everything, except the notes are different, okay? So it looks like this. First thing happens together. Right hand plays 2 more. 2, 3. Left hand steps it up. Okay, we're not putting anything together right now. We're just taking 1 chord at a time with the way that we practiced it. Okay? Are you ready? One more time on the G. Here we go. Together. 2 more. Now, left hand fast. Faster. It's not exactly fast. Okay, we're not putting anything together. Next, we have our A minor chord. Okay, remember we had it like this. Whatever fingering you have is fine as long as you're not going like this. Okay, ready? Here we go. Play together. Right hand 2 more. Now left, step it up. Same pattern, same pattern. You always want to think in patterns in music. It's the fastest way to get good or better. Okay, one more time on the A minor. Ready, go. We've got one more, which is F. So practice each one as many times as you need to, but remember, tell yourself, your body, the pattern of movement is the same every time. Okay, ready? F major, the way we practiced it. Here we go, play. Now 2 more on the right. Now left hand, step it up. Okay, when you start putting all the 4 chords together, you don't have to go from one chord to the next quickly. I'll show you what your first step will look like, okay? So you'll play however fast you play. Hopefully it's pretty slow, okay? Now, here, I want you to take some time. Figure out where you're going. Please don't go like this, okay? You're not learning anything about moving on the piano. Better to wait here for a while and say, okay, where am I going? I'm going to take my 5th finger here. I'm going to move my hand here. That's how you're going to learn how to move at the piano. I feel like I'm scolding you. I'm really not. I'm just really want you to reach your goals, and I'm tired of seeing hack videos, okay? This is how you learn. All right, here we go. Ready? So you'll take time, and you'll play this. Now, I want you to stop here and think, okay, what's my next chord? A minor, and left hand's going to A. Okay, let's play it. So notice I don't care about how fast I'm getting from one to the next. Now, my last chord, F. Okay, here it is. Here it is. I'm going to play it. Yours might take longer. It's fine. Okay, now when you've got the whole thing together, I'm going to play it for you with pedal because I can, but if you're not there yet, that's fine. It's going to sound like this at some point. And then you can loop it. Go again. If you want, you can practice a different inversion in the right hand, like this. C chord, G, A minor, F major. What if I want to start up here? I can. Still C chord. Okay, do you see how applicable this is to rock or pop, even jazz, right? And jazz uses chords too, or country, or whatever. Now you might think, well, I'm probably not going to use this in classical music, but you're wrong. You're going to use it in classical music because composers of classical music use chords and they move the left hand. So once you get good at these 4 chords, pick another slice of the circle of fifths pie. This is how you keep things fresh for yourself, how you keep your mind growing, and make your fingers able to play different patterns on the piano. That's what's going to make you into a competent pianist. All right, what'd you think? You like this one? Let me know below. Keep practicing, have fun, and I'll see you soon. Bye.